I was like, Mom, what are we? Are we Chinese? Because you're from China, but Dad's from Laos. What am I? And my parents were like, you're Hmong. My name is Sunshine, Go Nong Yang. I am an Asian Hmong American. The Hmong here in the United States came here after the Vietnam War. During one of the dynasties, my dad's ancestors were the ones who left China, and my mom's ancestors were the ones who decided to stay. And then years and years and years and years down the road, my dad's family helped the Americans with the Vietnam War. They lost. That's how my dad came to be in the United States. Then after he got his master's degree in computer science, he decided to backpack through China. Met my mom in China, so I came from multiple Asian backgrounds. The Hmong here in the United States, they try to live like any other American. I think now Christianity is more prominent, but back then it's more like Buddhism and whatnot. But when they first immigrated here into the United States, Hmong people like my dad, they had a white family that they could go to for anything. They also went to church with those white families. That's why they go to church now. And they sort of left that religion behind when they first came here. And I think it was probably first grade or second grade where I experienced my very first racial experience. I was in the playground. I went to these two Asian girls. I was like, hey, like, what are we doing today? This Chinese girl looked me straight in the eye and she was like, you can't play with us. You don't look like us. You have a really, really flat face. That was the very first time that I realized that even though I look like someone, like I can be totally different. And I just felt really, really lonely. Like a job application, you know, like what's your ethnicity? Under Asian, you know, there's like Japanese and Chinese and Vietnamese and Filipino. There's never really a checkbox for Hmong. Even with my Asian friends too, like they'll talk in their own little language and I'm over here, you know, totally lost. And I remember going home and I was like, Mom, what are we? Are we Chinese? Because you're from China, but Dad's from Laos. What am I? And my parents were like, you're Hmong. And I was like, but you know, where do we come from? Do we have a flag? They were like, no, we don't have a country. We don't have a flag. We don't have anything. And I remember being really confused because everyone around me, you know, they have a country that they belong to. And there I am, you know, isolated from the Hmong diaspora. I was raised in the South. There's not many Asian families there. Over time, my brain just sort of accepted that I'm this white girl too. Because I lived with other white people, I hung out with other white people, I saw myself as other white people. That's where my film came in, like, I am a banana. I chose the title I Am a Banana for my master's thesis film because I wanted to explore more of my cultural identity. I wanted to own it. I will always have Asian features, but inside I was grown and raised as any other white person. And this is my story, told through other girls. We have athletes like Suni Lee. So there has been more recognition of the Hmong community or just the Hmong people in general because of idols like that. She was able to go out there and have cameras pointed at her and be like, I did this for my dad, who is a Hmong American. And this is the story of other Asian Hmong Americans out there as well. I think it was the 2020 census. I finally saw a checkbox for Hmong under Asians. And I was so excited that I took a screenshot of it and I sent it to my family, I sent it to my neighbors, and I was like, oh my God, it finally happened. I didn't have to just check Asian and then check other. And people know that that's my specific ethnicity. They don't have to assume that I'm Chinese. They don't assume that I'm Mongolian. I was so proud of what we have done and where we are today.